Welcome to the Healing Grove podcast. I'm Dr. Kristin, an integrative holistic family physician, author of Life After Lyme, and host in this virtual space of learning, healing, and growing. I believe humans are like trees, and our physical limb is only one of many. Health on all limbs of the tree, emotional, conceptual, social, spiritual, is absolutely required for the whole tree that is you to be vibrantly well. I created the Healing Grove podcast as a place to showcase some of the world's best integrative and holistic medicine, to expose you to transformative tools and mindset shifts for all limbs of your tree. I hope you enjoy our conversation in the Healing Grove today as much as I enjoyed having it. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to my friend Maria Marathon.
Thank you, Kristin.
Yeah, before we get started, I would like to introduce you. So everyone, this is Maria Marathon. She's the founder of Heart Song, a business empowering visionary women in creating lives that make their hearts sing so that they can shine their light, embody their gifts, and be the change they wish to see in the world. Maria is a song catcher, a sound healer, a soulful speaker, a yoga teacher, and a heart connection coach. After being burnt out twice and experiencing deep depression and suicidality, she found healing in music and in the power of choice. It was at this point that she began to access healing, high vibrational songs, and we're going to hear all about that. I'm so excited. With her Heart Song activations and Heart Song healing journeys, Maria inspires us to use intention, music, playfulness, and our own voice as a way of healing and to reconnect with our soulful, innate, creative abilities and pure power. So thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, super grateful. So let's start by, there's just so many things we could talk about, but I want to start at the beginning with your journey. Can you tell us a little bit, Maria, about kind of what you went through that brought you to the place where you began to basically channel heart songs?
Yeah, I started out as a sensitive young girl with very high standards, and that eventually led to depression in my teens. Severe depression eventually, and I tried to commit suicide at 17. And at that time, I didn't understand or know what was creating these depressions. Now I know that it was my sensitivity. I picked up a lot of other people's feelings and energies, and I couldn't sort it out. And at the time, my psychologist tried to talk to me and wouldn't get much out of me. But when she gave me a cassette, it was back in the days with cassettes, with music, something shifted for me. She gave me some really soft, beautiful jazz music. And I started to listen to that. She just said that sometimes I know you like music, and sometimes we need some new impressions. So listen to this if you like. And eventually I started to sing with that beautiful jazz vocalist. I made long walks and listened to that music. And that was the turning point for me at that time. And then if we fast forward to my 30s, I had a very good life up to then. Did a lot of things, did a training for different therapies and meditation, lots of stuff. And then I ended up in a life crisis. And all of the things that I didn't deal with as a teen came up. And quite soon, I was in this state again. I had burned out, like my job, and the depression came back. And at that point, it was really severe. And once again, music came to my rescue, because I got this thought in the middle of this black hole that I was in, that there was music within me. And so I asked to go to a store to buy a recording device. And I started to sing a bit, and it didn't, I mean, it wasn't anything fantastic at that point, but it started to shift for me again. And 1 year later, I got some emotional assistance to really step out of the depression and to heal a lot of the things that was troubling me. And then one day, all of a sudden, a song came, and it was just pouring through, like somebody had poured it through my head. And then they kept coming, maybe 20 songs in 1 week or something like that. And they were all high vibrational with messages from the heart. So that's how it started.
At the time, was this, confusing to you, or were you like, who am I tapping into here? Or did you have any kind of misgivings about this new data that was coming your way?
I had this knowing that I would write music, and I've been singing in choirs and singing myself my whole life. But so when it happened, it was not strange. And it was also very clear that it wasn't only me involved. So it was a deeply spiritual experience to get access to this gift.
So you knew at the time this was sort of a higher source, and you were sort of just a conduit. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you at that time sense that they were specific songs for people, or just that this was sort of a divine download?
I had a very strong sense that this was music to be shared, and that it was healing music. What I didn't understand at the time, and what caused quite a lot of both confusion and stress, was that they were actually coming to me. They were coming to me so that I would integrate the message, and they were gifts first to me and then possibly to share. And my pattern that both created the burnouts in my 30s, and also I think was part of this both depression and pain that I've had a lot of years in my life, was that I had this pattern of, as soon as I got energy or insights or joy or something, I would try to give it away to someone. And that is a beautiful trait, that you want to gift it to someone. But for me, the journey really took a much more deep turn when I understood that this is for me to embody and enjoy myself first, and then I can pass it on. And that was also when I understood that I'm not someone that will tour, and I'm not an artist, a singer in that way. I'm a transformational coach, a heart connection coach. So I use this gift as a tool, as a healing tool for people.
Beautiful. So I want to get into more about the tool and how you use it, but I just want to acknowledge that important point you just brought up about how first of all, how hard it is for many of us who have the gift of wanting to share and wanting to, help others, to kind of take enough for ourselves first so that we can sustain that work. And so I just want to name that that's an important thing to cultivate in ourselves, because in the end, if we're not healthy and we're not strong and we're not connected to our purpose and our heart, then we can't be that much use for other people. in the end.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that that was an important piece for you and that you've embraced that self-care.
Yeah, we are conditioned to, as small kids, do things for others, and that is beautiful, but we need to fill our own cup first for it to be sustainable and for it to be coming all the way to another person.
True.
But it took almost 50 years to understand that for me.
Yeah, it's no small thing. So if you can't grasp it overnight, you're not alone. Yeah, for sure. So I would love to hear more about what your use of these heart songs looks like in others. I know my own experience with them was powerful. I think I can share here, right? What happened with us. So
Yeah.
she and I are on a Facebook group together, and she'd offered, I'm starting to use these heart song activations in my coaching work, and I'm offering basically a free download of your heart song. And I think I was on there like a week after you'd put that out there, and like 5 other people had already responded. And I was like, oh, I'm too late, but I really, really need one. And you were like, no problem. It came to me in the car this morning. I already have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was and it's just a beautiful little song. It's been actually kind of part of my running commentary in the background of my mind for the last many months as I've created this healing grove, and it's been great. It's been of great use to me. So thank you again for that. Beautiful.
My pleasure.
But tell me what that looks like typically for a client, and how do people use these songs in their healing or in their kind of movement forward in life?
So as anything, we need to do the work. So what I do is that I interview the person that I will work with, and I tap into their higher aspects, and I kind of download their song. And it could be like yours. It was a melody and words, but it could also be tones and frequency, or frequencies there is in everything I receive, of course. And it works. You can listen to it, and you will be touched by the vibrations. But it also works when you work it yourself, and that is even more profound when you start to you can listen to it, you can sing it, you can read the lyrics, and it's like that. It becomes a mantra in the back of your mind, and it will shift things on a subconscious level too. When I work one-on-one with people, we can have several sessions, and they can also get new versions, because suddenly I get the urge to record their song once more, and then there's new frequencies, new things that they need from it. But then what I like to do is really encourage those that I work with to find their unique way to work with these songs, these activations. One woman that was part of my 21-day heart song healing journey, she is an artist, and she didn't feel really comfortable singing, but she listened to the song, and then she painted. So she did this painting when she used the lyrics, and then her creativity just moved with it. So, and that painting has the same frequencies and more. That was healing to her and others that look at the painting too. So what I find is that, especially when we work as a group, people inspire one another, and they access their own creativity. So this is not about you becoming a singer or you needing to sing in any particular way. It's using the vibrations of the words and with intention. And that will move things, that will shift things within you in a very profound and also fun way.
Beautiful. So it sounds like I didn't know about your 21-day program. So you lead people through a 21-day journey to help them connect to their own heart song and to be able to embody it and utilize it in their lives, it sounds like.
Yes, I just want to clarify, I don't think that there's only one heart song for people. So in this 21-day heart song healing journey, there is one particular activation that we work with, and that could vary. There are different themes, but what we aim at is for them to find more what their heart is singing about. So when I do group work, we work with the same song, but that can lead to that they start to access songs within them. For some people that happens, but more symbolically get more access to what makes my heart sing. How would I like to arrange my life so that I can feel that I live it with a song?
Yeah, beautiful. You and I were talking before we got on about a practice that you can guide people through that's brief, that helps them to sort of begin to connect with their body. I wonder if you'd be willing to share that with us.
So this is a song that we work with in the 21-day heart song healing journey, and it consists of powerful I am statements. So you can just close your eyes and maybe put one hand on your heart and the other on your belly, and just settling in with a couple of deep breaths, connecting with your body. And we will use the first verse of this activation with the words, I am love, I am peace, I'm pure power, I am ease. And it goes like this. So I can sing, and if you want, Kristin, you can sing after me, or I can sing with you the second time. I am love, I am peace. Repeat. I am love, I am peace. I'm pure power, I am ease. I'm pure power, I am ease. And then comes I am that I am, I am that I am. And now when we come to those words, we can play. So if you have pain or some aches in your body, or some place in your body that needs some healing, you can direct those words and tones to that spot with I am that I am. Okay. I am that I am. I am that I am. And breathe. So let's do it, the entire thing once more, and keep directing the tones, the words to those spots that need some extra love in your body. I am love, I am peace, I'm pure power, I am ease. I am that I am, I am that I am. I am love, I am peace, I'm pure power, I am ease. I am that that I am. I am that I am. And just breathe and hold the breath. Lock that in. You are love, peace, and pure power and ease. And breathe out. How was it, Kristin?
Oh, it's lovely. I feel very calm and happy.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us has a lot of beliefs around our voice that we adopted early on, that we can't sing, or that our voice isn't good enough, or that we don't dare to raise our voice. So this is also a work that will empower you to reclaim the power of your voice, so that you can be you. And even if I'm using my voice, I've used my voice my entire life, also professionally. It's just recently when I really took that power back home that I really own my voice. So
Yeah.
try it out.
Yeah, thank you for that invitation. And I want to also just put out there that there are people who aren't sure they like who they are or want to get in touch with that. What would you say to those people?
Oh, I would say that I deeply resonate with that feeling. I don't have it anymore, but throughout my journey with the darkest times, I was really in deep despair, and I didn't like myself at all. I judged myself so much. But you are here for a reason, and your path, how painful or challenging it might be now, it will become jewels for you, and you have something to share, something important. And the first step is to start to give yourself space to be where you are, and that is okay. Right now is okay. And you are loved, infinitely loved.
Beautiful message. Thank you for sharing it. Is there anyone that can be hurt by doing this? Say they want to replay that part of the video and sing that song 10 times a day. Is there like a dose to, like, are people going to overdose on self-love and power?
It's a really good question. What I became aware of during these first heart song healing journeys is that this is powerful stuff, and you are, with this song, you are basically singing the truth to yourself. All the fantastic things that you are, that you innately are. You might not be in contact with all of it now. Most of us are not. And what happens when we use this with the intention of really, really activating what is true, is that there's a spring cleaning process that happens. So some of the participants, they cried, they were really under the water a few days during this healing journey. And some were angry. But what is happening is that you clean out old emotional gunk that is coming to surface, and it's coming up to heal. So there's a saying that is so beautiful, you have to feel it to heal it. So that is the warning, that it is powerful, and it's good to be aware of that, but it doesn't come up for you to analyze and kind of try to fix. It's coming up to be released. And it's when you know that, it's okay. But of course, the best thing is to do this in a setting with support. And that's what we do during these 21 days. Because then they mirror each other and they realize that everyone has a similar journey.
Yeah, so true. Like you're rotor-rootering into the grief and the trauma and the old stuff, and it's gonna flow through you till it flows out, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got my heart song from you, I sang it constantly and I played it constantly, and I invited others to listen to it. And there were a few people who I shared it with, who are very skeptical and very critical about anything that they can't see or touch, basically. And they're all people who are very important to me, it turns out. So they're good to have in my life because they balance me in many ways. But it was also notable to me just how open my heart already was from singing it and playing it and kind of touching it. I mean, when you sang it to me, I was weeping like the whole time because it was so powerful. And I hadn't come to a conversation with these family members with that open a heart for a long time. So on the one hand, their words were like, they went right in there to that open heart. But on the other hand, I was like, oh my gosh, what a relief it is to be crying from that place of like pure just openness. You know what I mean? And it also stimulated a very helpful conversation and, lots of different ways in which we got clear about what we need from each other and all that. But I was astounded. I mean, I've had lots of different healing sessions with people from all sorts of, traditions for years and years and years, decades. And some of them leave me in that space where I'm pretty fragile and vulnerable for a period of time. And this definitely did that. Yeah. And, the sort of after effects of that, again, have been super powerful for me in my relationships and in my own ability to speak my truth powerfully when it needs to be spoken. And I mean, I've been doing a lot of things this year. That's one of them, but I definitely attribute that experience to my own stepping into my power and voice more. So thank you.
Beautiful. It was such an honor to access that song for you. And as you said, we rescheduled our meeting. We put an earlier date because the song was kind of wanting to come through. Yeah. She needs it now.
And it really, I mean, maybe I'll share it on the Grove somewhere, like as a little link people can follow. But it really was about this community. It was about, creating something and bringing in a team to help me create a community of healing. So it's very relevant to where we stand now on this beautiful tree amongst all these, excellent speakers and heart-centered people looking for wholeness and healing and health. So yeah,
such a beautiful job, Kristin. It's really amazing to see what you've created.
Well, I've created it with my team, and you're among my team members, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to share from your heart to this group of people who are listening with an open heart and looking for healing and wholeness?
I just want to share one more thing, and that is, there's a song deep within you, a song in your heart, like a timeless vibration, your essence from the start. And when you listen deeply, become silent, just be. You can hear the melody setting you free. So listen to that heart song within. It is there. It is there and waiting for you to just finding it.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you. Yes.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Healing Grove podcast. If you liked it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to deepen your experience further, consider grabbing a copy of the Healing Grove playbook. With journal prompts for this podcast and 41 others, it's the perfect place to record your learnings, keep track of the tools you explore, and reflect on your own experience. Finally, it's important to mention that even though I am a doctor, nothing you hear on this podcast, whether from myself or my guests, constitutes medical advice. Any intervention you try should always be discussed with and supervised by a trusted member of your own healing team. Thanks for listening, and see you next time in the Healing Grove.